Yo guys, what's up? Back with another video, and today I'm going to be telling y'all my top 15 rankings after conference championship week. So it looks like I was right when I switched Indiana and Ohio State at number 1. I only switched them back because, a lot of people had Ohio State at number 1, and they said that there was a big gap between it and stuff. So I was like, am I wrong or are they wrong? And there was just so many people that were glazing Ohio State for literally playing a cupcake schedule. Don't get me wrong, Ohio State is a good football team, but if they were in the SEC, I think that they would go 9-3 or 10-2, and they would not be 12-1 right now. Even I've heard that from Big Ten fans and Ohio State fans. Only one Ohio State fan said in the comments, one that's not so biased. He said that Ohio State would probably come out with around 2 losses if they played in the SEC, but still a playoff team. Which I don't disagree with that. But yeah, they lost to Indiana, who I think is really, really good. But yeah, Indiana, I have them at number 1 right now. Never should have switched them from number 1 because I put them there for a week, and then I moved back Ohio State, Indiana 2. And I should have never done that. And that just shows that I know football more football than a lot of people out there. And I don't really get credit for it, but I really don't care. But yeah, Indiana at number 1. Now, Georgia at number 2. Yeah, you could argue Ohio State here, and I don't know who to put here. But why should I not award Georgia by moving them to number 2 after winning their conference while Ohio State lost and had the refs on their side and still lost the football game, and Indiana wasn't playing, tremendous football in Ohio State and still lost. So, take that as you want, but, I don't know. I mean, Georgia, I feel like they have a really good offense, but they were playing super conservative versus Alabama because not a single team, if they, unless you just don't have a brain, not a single team would not just run the ball and, even though Alabama could stop it and were stopping it sometimes, no team would go away from it if they're up by 21 points. That would just be stupidity on their side. You could throw a pick. You know what I mean? I mean, at least you're getting 2 yards instead of an incompletion. You're still running the clock down. Even if you get no gain or lose yardage, you're running the clock. So I feel like Georgia has a better offense than they showed last night. And Alabama does. I mean, nobody talks about this except a few people. Alabama has a top 5 defense right now, whether you like it or not. You can look at that Florida State game all you want. Alabama has massively improved, and I think Alabama has a top 5 defense, and that's the reason they've won a lot of their games this season, like a lot. Yeah, I feel like Georgia could maybe beat Ohio State. Who knows? Toss up. But I'm giving Georgia the number 2 seed because they have a better strength of schedule and the same amount of wins. So, therefore, Georgia is more deserving of it. And I'm not just doing this off of record, because if I was doing this off of record and strength of schedule, Alabama would be number 1. And I'm not doing that. So, these are my power rankings, like how good these teams are. Like if I actually think they're better than, I don't know. But I think Georgia and Ohio State, if I could, or I can if I want to, it's my rankings, I would make them at number 2, both of them, just tie them like the AP does sometimes, but I don't feel like doing all that. I'll just put Ohio State at 3 and then see what happens. It's better to just wait instead of, I don't know. Now, I know I was just talking about putting Ohio State here, but I don't care if it's Texas Tech or not. When I watch good football, I'm watching good football. And Texas Tech is really deserving. they are a injured quarterback away from being 13-0. Their quarterback was injured that game, as you all should know if you keep up with football. They're that close to being 13-0, and I think this Texas Tech team is a national championship contender. I don't care that they're in the Big 12. They are a natty contender. Ohio State had the refs on their side yesterday. Or not yesterday, but when I was watching it 2 days ago, they had the refs on their side. Indiana really could have beat them by more. They weren't playing their best game. And I think Ohio State got a little bit toyed with. And what did I say? Michigan exposed a little bit of Ohio State's defense. I know they held them to 13, but if you were watching that game, Ohio State, I mean, they kind of got toyed with. Indiana, really good football team. Ohio State is still good, but I think Ohio State is not as good as people think. They won the Natty last year, their little Cinderella Natty. I mean, that doesn't do anything for this season. They might be 12-1, but look at who they've played. They haven't played anyone. The best team they played was Indiana. They lost. I know it was by 3, but they still lost. Doesn't make Iowa good since they only lost by 5 to them. No, Iowa is not a good football team. I don't care what y'all Big Ten fans like to say, but yeah, Michigan's not a good football team either. They're a few points away from being 6-6. They're not good. So for number 4, I have Ohio State. They have a very solid argument for being 2, 3, or 4. I think Texas Tech is a real deal, and I'm not going to use Ohio State to put them at 2 or 3 because of their name and everything. So yeah, Texas Tech, their defense, very underrated. Top 5 easily right now. Even another analyst, Matt B. Great, even said that. And I was thinking that this whole season, I mean, y'all have seen my rankings. I think I had Texas Tech ranked number 5 before their conference championship game, and they just proved me that they should be in the top 5. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, not just 5. This Texas Tech team would make a Final Four playoff bracket, and this Ohio State team is still really good. I mean, 2, 3, or 4, I'd be fine with it. So for number 5, I have Notre Dame. I know they're 10-2. But like, if I'm gonna be for real, Texas A&M, they really could have beaten them. Miami, they could have beaten them. I think it was early in the season, and I think they can beat them now. Just like I say, Alabama would blow out Florida State. Notre Dame would beat Texas A&M and would beat Miami most likely. I can't see them beating Notre Dame twice. They beat them once. It's not off the resume. If they beat those teams, Notre Dame will be number 1. I have them at number 5 at 10-2. Just like Tennessee was 10-2 in 2022, they were number 5 in the rankings. Notre Dame is kind of like that. Good team, really good team, but I don't know if they're a natty team. They might be. Who knows? We'll never know because they're not getting in the playoffs. And I'm not mad about that because my team is getting in instead of them. So, yeah, I got them at number 5. I think they're a top 5 team, at least top 10, top 12. This is a pretty good team. So for number 6, I could have put A&M or Oregon here. They really almost have the same resume. There's not a big difference in it. Only difference is the unranked teams that Texas A&M plays are better than the unranked teams that Oregon plays, but doesn't really matter that much because both have had close games with the unranked teams that they've played. Texas A&M, Auburn, yeah, they've kept it close with like everybody. They kept it a 6-point game with A&M. Kept it a 1-point game, coming back by 27 points to South Carolina. And Oregon, I don't think we're ever down that much to an unranked team or any team at all. So I just got to put Oregon here, and Marcel Reed can't pass the ball that good. I said that earlier in the season, and then nobody really, agreed with me. And then kind of switched up, said he was decent, but I said that he still has interception problems, which he does. He averages 2 picks a game. I said that he does almost 2 picks a game versus respectable defenses at least. So that just goes on to show that he can't play under the pressure of a good defense or decent/good defense. And Dante Moore, he's played Indiana. That's really the only good Iowa. He didn't put up much in that. Indiana, not much. I mean, but you can't blame him there. He put up more than Ohio State did against Indiana. So, I mean, I guess I don't know. Lost by more. But, yeah, I got Oregon here. I'm going to keep them here until, something happens I don't like. They play James Madison, so I can't see myself moving them anytime soon. To me, I don't get it. Okay, this makes a little bit of sense. The number 5 team, first team out of the first round bye, gets the easiest opponent. But at the same time, Oregon did not get in the first round bye. So, you know what I mean? And also, I think it should go by schedule more than, more the first team out. I don't know if that's how they're doing it, but Oregon hasn't played anybody all season other than Indiana. And, I mean, I think it'd be more fair to match Oregon up with, Ole Miss maybe. Match them up with an actual top team. Nobody thinks James Madison is a challenge, really. Oregon's going to smoke them, bro. It's going to be 38-14. It's not even going to be a competitive game. It might for a second, but no, nothing after that. I don't know. I can see Oregon jumping on them early, 17-0. I mean, this is not going to be a fun game to watch. For number 7, I kept Texas A&M. They lost to a good Texas team. This Texas team should have made the playoffs. Over James Madison or Tulane. They're better than them. I think they would beat them by double digits a lot. I mean, Ole Miss has already beaten Tulane 45-10 just barely a few weeks ago. Maybe create their own league. They're not good enough to compete with these guys. The FCS has their own league for a reason. I mean, they should join something else. It's just not fair. Texas A&M at 7. Ole Miss at number 8. I don't think they're going to be trash because of Lane Kiffin being gone, but I don't know how good they'll actually be. They already played Tulane earlier in the season, beat them 45-10. They're playing them again. It's going to be a cupcake. Ole Miss is going to be a quarterfinal team at least. I forgot who they play when they win, because they will win. I can't remember who they play. Maybe it's Georgia? I don't know. Rematch with Georgia, that would be a really fun watch. I actually picked Ole Miss to win if they rematch Georgia again, but without Lane Kiffin, it's a little different. That would be a toss-up, but I'd probably ultimately pick Georgia just because, I trust that team way more than I do Ole Miss right now. But Ole Miss will be a quarterfinal team at least. So, yeah, let's move on to number 9. So, for number 9, I have Vanderbilt. I know. It's Vandy. Nah, I don't care about that. And also, I know Alabama beat them. Yes, Alabama mid-season and beginning of the season was better than Vanderbilt. They showed it, 30-16. But had a few plays that really changed the momentum of the game. And that last-minute touchdown by Jam Miller. So, yeah, and Alabama, their defense is looking even better now, but their offense, I just don't trust them anymore. It's not because Alabama's a bad team, because they're a really good football team, but what are you supposed to do when you play the Legion of Boom? My bad. The Legion of Doom every single week, bro. They're playing the best teams in the country every week, talent-wise and power rankings-wise. Bro, it's not even fair. Auburn, they have a top 10 defense, no doubt about it. They were hitting him after he threw the ball. Georgia did it too. No flags. Few flags on Auburn most of the time, which were deserving. Alabama the week before Eastern Illinois. Probably lost confidence after their 2 picks, but they were gimme picks. I mean, it was one he jumped up. It was a really good pick. It wasn't on him. And then another one right before halftime. It didn't matter. It was 0 seconds on the clock. Vanderbilt, I mean, it's hard to stop that offense. I feel like Alabama could hold them to, to around what they got last time. But what is Alabama on offense going to do? So that's why I have Vandy at 9. All right, so I know Texas beat Vanderbilt head-to-head, everything like that. But head-to-head, I don't always think it matters. Because Texas rarely plays like they did against Vanderbilt. The game they had against Vanderbilt was their best game they've played yet this season. And I don't think Texas would repeat that. I really don't. Yeah, they played well versus Texas A&M, but Marcel Reed can't throw the football like Diego Pavia can. I know Diego Pavia used to not be able to be an elite type of passer, but now he is a great passer. And on the game, they have him listed as a pocket passer for some reason, which he is not. And now, instead of a pure runner like I would have named him, I think that he's a highly recruited and highly elite dual threat quarterback. Now, I think he should be in the top 3 for the Heisman run. I really think he should win it. I think it should be Diego Pavia, Jeremiah Love, and who's the third one I had? Oh, man. Oh, yeah, Fernando Mendoza. Maybe switch Jeremiah Love and Fernando, but Diego's playing top-tier defenses. I mean, he played Texas. He played great against them. I know they lost, but he played great. He couldn't have played any better. I mean, Texas has a really good defense, too. I know Fernando Mendoza, he played decent versus Ohio State. He didn't play bad. He played pretty good, considering that they have the number 1 defense. I don't know. I don't think they do. Michigan exposed it a little bit. Nobody talked about it except me and a few others. And then, you know what happened. But that was a top 4 matchup, in my opinion. Top 5 matchup, maybe. I don't know if Ohio State's number 2. I just want to see them play another good team in the playoff. Indiana, they didn't even play their best game against them. Refs were on their side, and they still lost. I mean, I just can't. I don't know. Defense it looked sluggish versus Michigan for almost the whole game. But yeah, Texas at number 10. I don't think they will repeat a game like Vandy. Maybe in their bowl game. If they do, I'll move Texas above Vandy. But until then, nah. Oklahoma is the most fraudulent team in these playoffs. Everybody knows James Madison and Tulane. But, the 10 teams that were in the playoffs, I think Oklahoma is the most fraudulent out of them all. They have had the luckiest season I have ever seen. That LSU, I don't know how you win with 3 interceptions. Alabama, I don't know how they won that. Alabama outdid them in every stat except turnovers. It's crazy. Oklahoma is the luckiest team ever. They got beat by double digits against Texas. I mean, that's why I have Texas ranked ahead of them. I know I said head-to-head doesn't always matter, but when it's a game like that and it's 23-6, it matters, okay? And Oklahoma has not shown any signs of improvement or any signs of they're better than what they did against Texas. I mean, in Texas, they haven't shown that they're worse than what they've did against Oklahoma. Texas is better than Oklahoma, and Texas should have made these playoffs over James Madison or Tulane. Even Miami. I mean, it's crazy. I don't think that the playoff committee should be obligated. If they think that these teams like Texas or Notre Dame is better than them, just put them in the playoffs. I mean, it's your playoffs. I mean, those teams group of 5 teams should make their own conference, make their own playoffs like the FCS did, because they know they can't compete with the big boys of college football. They can't recruit like them, and they can't compete with them. So I don't even know why they're still trying to. Now, Alabama, this is such a false ranking for how they have gone through this season. So much grit, just so much fight in this team. I mean, it's hard to do anything when you play the Legion of Doom every single week, bro. Um, it's just not fair to Alabama because they have worked so hard. They look like the number one. They look like a contender for the number one team throughout almost all season, ever since after week 1. So week 2 through like right before the Oklahoma loss, they look like a number one contending team. But I mean, they got tired. Ty Simpson, he's been getting beat up a lot, as you can tell. I think he has a little concussion. I can tell that too. That's a lot of the reason why probably he was sliding in front of the defenders. He didn't want to get hit, didn't want to get banged up or beat up. Ryan Williams still can't catch. He's useless. He's terrible. Bench him already. All these casuals, don't even listen to the casuals that talk about, why ain't he on the field? So much talent. He might can run routes and everything, but what's he going to do when he can't catch the freaking ball, bro? I mean, it's... You can't put somebody like that on the field and keep doing it over and over again and the same result keep happening. That's what you call crazy. Just bench him already, put somebody else in. Jeremy dropped a touchdown. Zier dropped a touchdown the play after Ryan did. But it's not a usual thing for them. Ryan Williams, it happens literally every game he plays. He would be in the Heisman run if he caught just some of these drops. He'd be in the Heisman run. He's dropped at least 400 yards on his season. He's dropped at least 5 touchdowns on his season. It's crazy. He'd have probably 70 catches. He leads the nation in drops, and he has 50-something catches, 50 catches. It's insane, or close to pushing 70. But Alabama, they're too banged up. They would be probably in my top 4 right now if they played like they have been, didn't get banged up, didn't get beat up. Jam Miller, he might be back, but what's he gonna do? Still, his upper chest, collarbone and everything's hurting him still. He just started to get his groove back, then he sprained his ankle or something, so it's unbelievable. But yeah. So for number 13, I have Miami. If they can get stuff, 4 picks versus SMU, 4 picks versus Louisville, 2 picks versus SMU. Who says Alabama can't get at least 3? At least 2. At least. I don't care how they've improved. Because they don't play anyone. I don't care what people say. They have not improved. They look the same exact. The only bad thing with them was Carson Beck can't hold himself from, having picks. I think he has 10. I don't know, maybe something like that. But last year he threw 3. I mean, he can't hold himself. I mean, he plays a good defense in the playoffs. He's done for when he plays a good defense. Who is he playing in it? Isn't it Texas A&M? Oh yeah, he's gonna have at least 1 or 2 picks, at least a pick, at least. I'm calling it right here. I would bet on it. 1 pick isn't terrible, but I don't know. I would bet some money that he has 2 picks in this game at least. Yeah, I don't know. I think Alabama would beat them just with defense. And then Miami, I don't think their defense would hold up enough with all the turnovers Miami would have, all the offensive play Alabama would have. So I would take Alabama in a really close defensive game. I don't know, like 23-20, 24-21, I don't know. So for number 14, I have BYU. BYU, I don't think they're a playoff team, but I think they're a maybe top 20 team. Top 20, at least top 20. They haven't played anybody but Texas Tech and got blown out both times. And the second time was even worse. Looked even more dominating by Texas Tech. So I don't know. I don't know if they're deserving of this or not. It's hard to tell, and it's really hard to put anybody else here because what other team y'all want me to put here? I mean, y'all want me to put Virginia here? Y'all want me to put Utah here? I mean, it's not that easy of a ranking. I think BYU right now is the most deserving of it. They're 11-2. So for number 15, I guess I forgot I ranked this team at number 14, the last rankings. But I think BYU is more deserving of Utah. I can't even remember, but didn't Utah and BYU play? I don't know. I'll check it right after I do this. But if they did, BYU, of course, won because they didn't lose to anybody but Texas Tech. So therefore, BYU is more deserving of 14 than Utah. And Utah, I think 15 is a perfect ranking for them for how their season has gone. So comment down below how y'all think my rankings were for the top 15. And then after this, I'm probably going to stop my rankings around the top 12. Maybe I might do top 15 again, depending on if Alabama loses or not, so y'all would know where I drop them. So, yeah.